If you want that higher end look, but not the price, this is actually a really good starting point. It's easy to overlook IKEA, but with the right prep and the right finishes, it can look a lot more designer. The biggest issue is the surface, so let's start there. Hi, I'm Lana, and together, let's make something beautiful, something made for you. If you've ever worked with laminate or even thought about it, you're probably wondering, will paint actually stick to this? I wasn't convinced either, until I found the right primer. But before that, prep still matters. First, I'm cleaning everything with my Fusion TSP alternative. Before sanding, I take care of a few quick repairs on the back and on the drawers. Nothing major, just tightening things up so everything's solid. It's helpful to have a few basics on hand for this. Some tack nails, a hammer, wood glue, and some clamps. I also removed the hardware. I'm planning to reuse it, and I'll be adding new legs as well. More on that later. And to give that primer something to really grip onto, I'm scuff sanding the surface with 220 grit sandpaper. With the scuff sanding done, I give everything a quick wipe down to get rid of the dust. Then I tape off any areas I don't want to get primer on, just to keep the edges nice and clean. Now I'm moving on to my bonding primer, and this is what makes all the difference. This sticks to everything. And it's the perfect primer to make sure that the paint sticks to this laminate surface. Time to move on to paint. And if you're wondering if you can get a smooth finish even without a paint sprayer, well, this is how I do it. I'm using a cabinet grade paint here, something that levels really nicely, and I'm going with a soft, warm white, something that leans a bit more high-end. Just a foam roller and brush is all I use, and it gives such a smooth finish, doesn't require a top coat. This is Sherwin-Williams Emerald Urethane Trim Enamel. The color is Snowbound in a satin finish. Now that everything's painted, it already looks a lot better, but the drawer fronts still feel really flat. And that's usually what gives IKEA dressers like this that more basic look. So, how do we take something like this and make it feel a bit more like a designer piece? This is where I want to add some texture and break that up. I'm using paintable wallpaper with a subtle weave pattern and cutting each piece to size, and then applying spray adhesive to both the drawer and the paper to ensure there's a strong bond. Once that's set, I lightly sand the edges with 220 grit sandpaper, then apply one more coat of Stix bonding primer over everything. Then I paint everything in a creamy neutral. I'm using Sherwin-Williams Agreeable Gray because I have it on hand, and a light walnut stain over top of that to bring out the texture. I use a chip brush to brush it back and forth both directions and create more of a woven look. And this is where it starts to feel a bit more like that West Elm raffia look. If you want another way to modernize drawer fronts with more texture, I've done a cane and trim version in another West Elm style makeover. I'll link that here. For this one though, I'm keeping it simpler. The final step for these drawer fronts is a top coat. I'm using a Varathane polyurethane to seal in the water-based stain. Now that the fronts have more texture, the hardware needs to match that look. The existing hardware is a great shape and size, but the color's not quite right, and the legs feel a bit too clunky for the look I'm going for. So instead of replacing the hardware, I'm just updating the finish. I start with a clear shellac spray as a primer to help everything adhere and hold up over time. And I found new legs, but the gold is a bit too brassy, so getting everything to match is the goal. Then, by spray painting both, it brings everything into the same tone so it feels cohesive, elevated, and intentional. Once everything's dry, I can install the new legs. I measure and mark the placement, and then pre-drill the holes with a bit that's slightly smaller than the screws. With the legs securely in place, I can get back to the drawers. After a quick clean with vinegar and a magic eraser, I cut some wrapping paper to size and set it in place. To reinstall the hardware, I use a screw from the back to locate the hole through the textured front, then just gently press until it comes through. And with that, it was time to put everything back together. This isn't my typical makeover. I usually work with more wood and veneer pieces, but the structure here is a great base for a more modern designer look. It just comes down to the prep, the right primer, adding interest to the drawer fronts, and updating the hardware and legs so everything feels cohesive.